Welcome back to the Wellness Tips channel. Today, we're diving into a game-changing journey that will revolutionize how you think about your diet after 60. Buckle up, because we're about to uncover the shocking truth about vegetables. Some you've been told are healthy might be silently sabotaging your vitality. Most wellness tips believe piling their plates with veggies is a one-way ticket to vibrant health. But here's the jaw-dropping reality. After 60, your body plays by a whole new set of rules. Foods you once thrived on can now betray you, triggering bloating, crushing fatigue, aching joints, or even sparking chronic diseases. This isn't whispered about in mainstream diet books, but the evidence is undeniable. As you age, your digestion slows to a crawl, inflammation creeps up like an uninvited guest, and certain superfood vegetables turn into hidden enemies lurking in your salads and soups. In this explosive video, I'm pulling back the curtain to reveal 3 vegetables you need to ditch immediately. Foods that could be stealing your energy and mobility without you even suspecting. But that's not all. I'll also share 3 powerhouse vegetables you should embrace weekly to unlock a younger, stronger, and razor-sharp version of yourself. And hold on tight, because the final vegetable is a total game-changer. One most doctors overlook, yet it holds the key to protecting your brain and heart from the ravages of time. Here's the call to action. Subscribe to the Wellness Tips channel, hit that like button, and stay glued until the very end, because a critical health secret that could transform your life will be revealed in the final moments of this video. Now let's ignite this journey together. Your breakthrough moment is waiting. Stop eating nightshades if you have stiff joints. Tomatoes, eggplants, bell peppers, white potatoes. These foods seem harmless, even healthy. They're colorful, rich in vitamins, and found in everything from salads to soups. But for millions of people dealing with chronic joint pain, especially wellness tips, with arthritis or autoimmune issues, these healthy foods may be one of the most silent triggers behind their suffering. The reason? They all belong to a plant family known as nightshades, and they all contain a naturally occurring compound called solanine, a defense chemical that can act like a low-dose toxin in sensitive individuals. Solanine is produced by these plants to deter insects. It's a natural pesticide, but while it protects the plant, it can wreak havoc on the human body, especially for those whose immune systems are already dysregulated. And here's the part most people don't know. If your joints ache for no clear reason, if you wake up stiff every morning, if your hands swell unpredictably, or if you feel like your knees are grinding just from standing, you might not be experiencing normal aging. You might be having a food-based inflammatory reaction, and nightshades are often the hidden culprit. Now, not everyone reacts to nightshades. Some people digest them just fine. But for those with underlying inflammation, whether it's arthritis, fibromyalgia, autoimmune, flares, or even old injuries, these foods can quietly pour gasoline on the fire. You won't feel it right after a meal. It's subtler than that. It builds over time. A little more stiffness in the morning, a little less mobility in your joints, a little more brain fog, a creeping sense of heaviness that starts to feel like just getting older. But it's not. It's your body trying to tell you something, and if you listen, if you're willing to test the theory, you might be shocked at how quickly things can turn around. Thousands of wellness tips have done just that. They remove nightshades for 2 to 3 weeks. That's it. And the results speak for themselves. Their fingers stop swelling, their knees stop aching, their mornings become easier. Some even report better digestion and clearer thinking. Why? Because the body finally gets a break from a constant hidden trigger. It can finally allocate its resources toward repair instead of defense. Inflammation begins to subside. Tissues recover. Energy improves. But here's the problem. Most people never test it. They never think to question their tomatoes, their mashed potatoes, their stuffed bell peppers. Those are comfort foods. They're part of their weekly rhythm. And unless someone connects the dots for them, they live year after year with pain that feels mysterious but is completely manageable. That's why awareness matters. Because you don't have to live in joint pain. You just have to be willing to challenge the idea that every healthy food is healthy for you. And this isn't some internet fad. Clinical case studies, functional medicine practitioners, and even rheumatologists have begun recognizing the impact of nightshades on susceptible individuals. Solanine and its chemical cousin tomatine found in tomatoes can interfere with nerve muscle signaling, cause intestinal irritation, and provoke an immune response in those with leaky gut or pre-existing inflammation. That means your immune system starts treating the compounds in these foods as threats, and the result is systemic inflammation. Joints, gut, brain, everything becomes more sensitive, more reactive, more inflamed. If you're over 60, this matters even more because as we age, our bodies become less efficient at clearing inflammatory compounds. Recovery slows, tissues regenerate more slowly, and chronic low-grade inflammation becomes more damaging, not less. That's why what you stop eating can sometimes be more powerful than what you start eating. Removing the fuel behind your symptoms is the first step in letting your body heal. And remember, this isn't a permanent commitment. No one's telling you to give up tomatoes for the rest of your life. This is about testing, about giving your body a clean slate, 14 to 21 days without any nightshades. That means no tomato sauces, no white potatoes, no chili with bell peppers, no eggplant parmesan. Just 3 weeks, then observe. Track your pain, track your stiffness, your mental clarity, your sleep, and when you reintroduce those foods, do it one at a time. See how your body responds. Because if just one food is sabotaging your health, wouldn't you want to know? And here's something powerful. When your joints start feeling better, everything gets easier. You move more. You breathe better. You sleep deeper. You think sharper. You feel younger because inflammation is no longer dragging you down. And that kind of relief doesn't require a pill. It just requires curiosity and discipline. So if you're living with chronic pain, if you've been told it's just arthritis or it's just aging, take back control. Don't settle for a life of stiffness. You might be one ingredient away from feeling clear, energized, and pain-free. Start small. Remove nightshades. Observe your body like it's a feedback machine because it is. And if the pain lifts even a little, you'll know you've been handed the key to your next chapter of health. One meal at a time. Stop eating overcooked or canned spinach. Spinach. It's the poster child of health food. Every doctor, magazine, and nutritionist praises its benefits, and for good reason. It's rich in iron, magnesium, potassium, folate, and fiber. It's low in calories and high in antioxidants, but there's a side of spinach that's rarely discussed, and if you're over 60, you need to hear it. Because while spinach can be a superfood, it can also quietly sabotage your energy, digestion, and kidney health when consumed the wrong way. The problem isn't spinach itself, it's how you eat it. And for most wellness tips, the go-to form is either overcooked or canned. Maybe it's boiled into mush at dinner. Maybe it's from a tin with added salt and metallic aftertaste. Maybe it's blended raw into massive smoothies. Every morning thinking more is better. But this approach, while well-intentioned, ignores one critical truth. Spinach is loaded with oxalates, and oxalates are not neutral. Oxalates are naturally occurring compounds found in many plant foods, and spinach is one of the highest sources on Earth. They're not a problem in small amounts. Your body can handle them. But when you eat spinach in high quantities, or in its most concentrated forms, like cooked down or canned, oxalates start binding to key minerals like calcium and iron in your digestive tract. And that means two things. One, you're not absorbing, the very nutrients you think you're getting. And 2, you're creating conditions that promote the formation of kidney stones. And for older adults, especially those with a history of stones or compromised kidney function, this can be dangerous. Here's how it works. Oxalates don't just float around harmlessly. Once they bind to calcium in your gut, they form sharp crystals. These crystals are what accumulate in the kidneys and urinary tract, often becoming stones, painful, dangerous, and in some cases recurring. And what most people don't realize is that you don't need to be eating junk food to develop kidney stones. You could be eating clean every day, loading up on spinach, thinking you're boosting your health, while in reality, you're slowly feeding the root cause of your discomfort. But the effects go beyond kidneys. Oxalates are also linked to gut irritation, fatigue, and brain fog in sensitive individuals. If you've ever eaten a spinach-heavy smoothie and felt bloated, sluggish, or oddly foggy afterward, you're not imagining it. That may be your body's inflammatory response to oxalate overload. Your gut lining becomes irritated. Nutrient absorption plummets, and your nervous system takes the hit. What you thought was a healthy routine might be quietly draining your vitality. Now, here's what matters. You don't need to eliminate spinach forever. It's not a villain, but you do need to respect the chemistry because the way you prepare spinach changes everything. Raw baby spinach eaten in small amounts is safer, especially if you don't consume it every day. But even better is lightly steaming your spinach. Just a few minutes of gentle cooking significantly reduces the oxalate content, making it far safer for regular consumption. And pairing it with healthy fats like a drizzle of olive oil or a few slices of avocado helps your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins A, E, K more effectively and protects your gut lining from irritation. Avoid the extremes. Stop boiling spinach into oblivion. It destroys the texture, reduces nutrient content, and concentrates oxalates. Skip the canned varieties. They're often stripped of freshness, high in sodium, and loaded with preserved oxalate content. And stop dumping handfuls of raw spinach into your smoothie every single day, especially if you're already dealing with joint pain, fatigue, kidney issues, or digestive problems. The daily buildup of oxalates can quietly wear down your system. Instead, rotate your greens. Use arugula, romaine, kale, lightly cooked collards, and herbs like parsley or cilantro. Give your body variety. Nutritional balance is never about one food. It's about the overall rhythm of how you nourish yourself. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be conscious. If you're over 60 and have been feeling off, heavy after meals, gassy, foggy, or oddly fatigued despite eating clean, take a close look at your spinach intake, especially if you've been leaning on green smoothies or old-school cooked dishes. Try cutting it out for 2 weeks. Replace it with other greens. Watch your digestion, your clarity, your joints. And when you reintroduce it, do it in moderation, steamed, paired with fat, and balanced with other foods. Sometimes the foods that hurt us the most are the ones we believe are helping us. So be flexible, be curious. Don't eat from habit. Eat from understanding. Because nutrition isn't about following trends. It's about listening to your body and adjusting when it speaks. And if spinach isn't serving you, let it go. Your energy, your kidneys, your digestion, they all deserve better than silent sabotage. Stop eating raw. Cruciferous veggies if you have thyroid issues. They look like the perfect plate. Broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, kale, crisp, vibrant, crunchy. These vegetables sit at the top of every superfood list, and for most people, they're powerful allies. High in fiber, antioxidants, vitamin C and K, and phytonutrients that fight inflammation and support detoxification. But here's what most people, including many doctors, won't tell you. If you're dealing with thyroid issues, especially as a woman over 60, eating these cruciferous vegetables raw might be doing more harm than good. The reason? a group of naturally occurring plant compounds called goitrogens. These substances are found in raw cruciferous vegetables and, while harmless in small amounts for most, can interfere with thyroid function in people who are already vulnerable. Goitrogens reduce your body's ability to absorb iodine, a trace mineral that's absolutely essential for thyroid hormone production. And when your thyroid isn't producing enough hormones, the ripple effects hit everything. Your metabolism slows down, your energy crashes, your mood flattens, your body retains weight, and you feel like you're dragging through the day with no fuel left in the tank. Now, this doesn't mean broccoli or kale are bad foods. They're not. But for someone with hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, or a family history of sluggish thyroid function, raw cruciferous veggies in high amounts, especially consumed daily, can begin to suppress the very gland you're trying to protect. And the effects are subtle at first. A little more fatigue, a little more brain fog, cold hands, slower digestion. You blame age, hormones, stress, and never suspect the green smoothie or raw salad that started your day. But make no mistake, your thyroid is sensitive. It's the control tower for your entire metabolic system, and it listens closely to every signal, every nutrient or nutrient blocker, and every choice you make. If iodine can't reach the thyroid, hormone production drops. And if hormones drop, your body downshifts. You become tired after simple tasks. Your skin gets dry. Your hair thins. Your bowels slow down. You gain weight even when you're eating less. And you start to feel like a shadow of yourself, all because of something that was supposed to be healthy. So what's the solution? You don't have to give up cruciferous vegetables. You just have to prepare them properly. Because here's the good news. Goitrogens are heat-sensitive. That means cooking, even light steaming, neutralizes their thyroid-suppressing effects. Roasting, sautéing, boiling, or lightly steaming for just a few minutes reduces goitrogen content dramatically while preserving the nutritional benefits. This transforms these vegetables from possible threats into powerful allies. Cooked broccoli, cabbage, and kale still retain their anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, and detox-supporting properties, but without compromising your thyroid in the process. And when paired with healthy fats like olive oil or avocado or iodine-rich foods like seaweed, you boost both absorption and protection. The same cruciferous vegetable that was quietly draining you raw can energize you when cooked. That's the power of preparation. And here's what's most important. Your nutrition strategy must match your biology. Just because something is good for most people doesn't mean it's good for you. Especially not if your thyroid is already struggling to keep up. Women over 60 in particular face a natural decline in thyroid function even without formal diagnosis. The metabolism slows, muscle mass declines, and hormonal shifts impact everything from mood to memory. That's why personalization matters, not just what you eat, but how you eat it. So if you've been eating large raw salads with kale or cabbage, or tossing handfuls of cauliflower into smoothies, thinking you're giving your body a gift, it might be time to rethink, especially if you're feeling more tired, cold, bloated, or mentally foggy than usual. Your symptoms are not random. Your body is not betraying you. It's giving you feedback, and it's asking you to listen. Start small. Steam your vegetables. Swap raw kale for cooked spinach or chard. Roast your cauliflower. Add a pinch of sea salt and a splash of oil. Make your meals work for you, not against you. And if you're unsure whether your thyroid is involved, ask your doctor to check your TSH, free T3, free T4, and thyroid antibodies. Don't settle for normal. Dig deeper because fatigue is not your baseline. And health isn't found in perfection. It's found in precision. The bottom line, raw cruciferous vegetables are not bad, but they're not neutral either, especially for thyroid-compromised individuals. Your energy, metabolism, and clarity are worth protecting. And sometimes that protection begins with something as simple as turning on the stove. Your health is in the details. Don't let a raw salad steal your vitality. Cook smart. Eat smart. Live sharp. Eat more beets. Beets don't look flashy. They're not trendy. You won't see them splashed across fitness magazines or marketed as some miracle fix. But if you're over 60 and serious about protecting your heart, sharpening your mind, and staying energized without relying on pills, beets might be one of the most powerful foods you're overlooking. These deep red root vegetables aren't just colorful, they're chemically intelligent. Inside every beet is a natural compound called nitrate, but not the kind that harms you like in processed meats. These are plant-based nitrates, and when they enter your system, your body converts them into nitric oxide, a molecule that acts like a gentle whisper to your blood vessels. Relax. Open up. Let the flow improve. That one action changes everything. When nitric oxide is flowing, your blood vessels widen. Your circulation improves. Your heart doesn't have to work as hard to push blood through stiff arteries. Your muscles get more oxygen. Your brain gets more nutrients, and the entire system starts running cleaner. What that looks like in real life is lower blood pressure, steadier heart rate, fewer headaches, and sharper thinking. What it feels like is stamina, the kind most people think they've lost forever. And this is not just theory. Clinical studies show that regular consumption of beets or beetroot juice can reduce blood pressure in as little as 4 weeks. Others show improved blood flow to the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for memory, decision-making, and focus. Satutsai, wellness tips. Who eat beets regularly report not only lower blood pressure but better endurance during walks, improved digestion, and even better sleep. Why? Because nitric oxide doesn't just help your blood vessels, it also calms your nervous system. There's even evidence that beet compounds help the mitochondria, your cell's energy factories, work more efficiently. That means more energy, less fatigue, and smoother recovery after activity. And if you feel like your workouts, walks, or even daily chores leave you drained more than they used to, your mitochondria may be starved for oxygen. Beets deliver that oxygen, not with caffeine, not with sugar, with real circulation. And here's what makes them even more powerful. Beets aren't just about blood flow. They're loaded with betalains, powerful antioxidants that reduce inflammation and support liver function. They contain folate, which supports DNA repair and heart health. They offer fiber, which supports digestion, lowers cholesterol, and helps regulate blood sugar, all things that become more important with age. But not all beets are created equal. Skip the canned ones soaked in sugar or vinegar. These have often been stripped of their nutritional power and drowned in preservatives. If you want the benefits, go with whole beets. Roasting them brings out their natural sweetness and makes them easier on digestion. Slice them into salads, blend them into a smoothie with berries and a little lemon. Add them to soups for color and depth, or just eat them warm with olive oil and sea salt. Simple, nourishing, powerful. Even beet greens, often thrown away, are rich in potassium, calcium, and vitamin K. Lightly sauté them or add them to omelets. Every part of the beet has something to give your body, and at this stage of life, every small advantage adds up. Now, some people avoid beets because of their sugar content. Yes, they're sweet, but this is natural sugar packaged in fiber, antioxidants, and minerals. The glycemic impact is balanced by its nutritional density. Unless you have strict blood sugar restrictions or advanced kidney issues, beets in moderate portions are not just safe, they're strategic. They offer what processed food never can: synergistic nutrition, nutrients that work together to heal and restore. And the best part, beets are accessible. You don't need fancy powders or supplements, just whole foods, root to leaf, from your local grocery store or farmer's market. They're affordable, versatile, and surprisingly easy to prep once you make them a weekly staple. So if you've been feeling foggy, slow, stiff, or out of breath, before you reach for another medication, consider this. Your brain and heart might not be failing. They might just be hungry for better blood flow, for more oxygen, for deeper circulation, and that next breath of vitality might be waiting in something as humble as a roasted beet. Try it. One small habit, one small shift. A beet a day, a few slices at dinner, a smoothie with real root, not powder. And watch what happens. Watch your energy rise. Watch your thinking sharpen. Watch your walk become smoother, your sleep deeper, your day lighter. This isn't hype. This is biology. Your blood wants to move. Your brain wants to thrive. Your heart wants to beat with strength, not strain. Give it what it needs. Start with beats. Your brain joins and heart will thank you, not in words, but in energy, clarity, and strength that lasts. Eat sauerkraut, real fermented cabbage for gut power. We've forgotten something critical about how humans are meant to eat, and we're paying the price in bloating, fatigue, constipation, and chronic inflammation. It's not just what we eat that matters. It's what we digest. And more than ever, wellness tips are finding themselves in a state of internal stagnation, slow digestion, unpredictable bowels, weak immunity, foggy thinking, and low-grade inflammation they can't explain. But the solution isn't always more fiber, more meds, or another bottle of probiotics. Sometimes it's something ancient, something simple, something alive. Fermentation. Before refrigeration, every culture in the world relied on fermented foods to preserve nutrients and enhance digestion. Kimchi in Korea, miso in Japan, yogurt in the Mediterranean, and sauerkraut, fermented cabbage, in Europe. These foods weren't fads. They were essentials. They were the daily insurance policy for a strong gut and a resilient immune system. But today, they vanished from most people's plates, replaced by sterilized, shelf-stable, processed substitutes that offer none of the benefits and all of the burden. And 4. Wellness tips, especially those over 60, this matters more than ever. Because as we age, our microbiome, the vast, dynamic community of bacteria in the gut, begins to weaken. The diversity shrinks. The good bacteria lose their edge, and as that microbial strength fades, so does everything else. Digestion slows, inflammation rises, immunity falters, even cognitive function drops. The connection between gut health and brain health is now undeniable, and ignoring it is no longer an option. Enter sauerkraut, but not the kind that sits in the middle aisles of your grocery store, soaked in vinegar, pasteurized, and dead. We're talking about real sauerkraut, raw, fermented cabbage with live cultures. You'll find it in the refrigerated section, usually in glass jars or pouches labeled with words like raw, unpasteurized, or contains live probiotics. This version of sauerkraut is alive. And that's the point, because inside every forkful are billions of beneficial bacteria that your gut desperately needs. When you eat real fermented sauerkraut, you're not just adding food, you're adding life to your digestive system. These microbes work immediately to break down fibers in your meal, making nutrients easier to absorb, reinforce your gut lining, which protects against inflammation and autoimmune issues, crowd out harmful bacteria that can cause bloating, gas, and irregularity, and produce neurotransmitters like GABA that calm the nervous system and promote emotional balance. 1 or 2 forkfuls a day. That's all it takes. This isn't about quantity, it's about consistency. Just a small portion with lunch or dinner can shift the entire ecosystem of your digestive tract. Many wellness tips who add sauerkraut to their meals report, within weeks, reduced bloating, easier bowel movements, less gas, improved appetite, more stable moods, and even clearer thinking. That's not coincidence. That's the gut-brain axis in action. And here's what's even more powerful. You don't have to wait months for results. Real probiotic foods often produce benefits within days because the gut doesn't need to be tricked or coerced. It just needs support. It just needs bacteria that were once common in every kitchen and now are rare in most diets. But let's be clear, not all sauerkraut is created equal. If it's been pasteurized, it's been sterilized. If it's made with vinegar, it's pickled, not fermented. These versions have zero live bacteria. They might taste sour, but they do nothing for your gut. You must look for raw, fermented, and preferably organic sauerkraut that's refrigerated. If it sits unrefrigerated on a shelf, it's dead on arrival. Once you find the real thing, keep it cold. Open it slowly. It should fizz a little. That's the sign of living cultures doing their job. Use a clean fork to avoid contamination. Add a little to salads, bowls, eggs, or sandwiches, and watch how your system responds. For some, digestion improves dramatically. For others, mood stabilizes. For most, inflammation slowly but steadily calms. Because when your gut has support, your whole body feels it. And if you've been relying on probiotic pills, know this: real food beats capsules every time. Most probiotic supplements contain a few strains: lactobacillus, bifidobacterium, maybe one or two more. Sauerkraut contains dozens, possibly hundreds of unique microbial strains that were naturally developed during fermentation. These aren't lab-created. They're nature's design, and your body recognizes them instantly. If you've been struggling with constipation, irregularity, indigestion, brain fog, or chronic low energy, don't just treat the symptom. Support the system. Your gut is a living environment. It needs life to thrive. And sauerkraut, real sauerkraut, delivers exactly that. So don't be fooled by fads. Don't chase perfection. Just add something old, something wise back to your plate, one forkful at a time. Let food heal what pills only manage. Let life return to your digestion, and everything else will follow. Eat cooked carrots. For vision, skin, and detox. Carrots don't shout for attention. They aren't exotic, expensive, or flashy. But that's exactly why they're overlooked and tragically underestimated, especially when it comes to the cooked version. While everyone rushes toward the latest superfood powders and supplement fads, something extraordinary sits quietly in your kitchen drawer. A humble root vegetable with the power to brighten your vision, renew your skin, balance your blood sugar, and cleanse your internal system from the inside out. Not raw, cooked. Here's what most people don't know. Cooking carrots doesn't destroy their nutrients. It unlocks them. When you gently steam, roast, or sauté carrots, you activate a powerful antioxidant called beta-carotene, a compound your body converts into vitamin A. And vitamin A is more than just a letter on a supplement bottle. It's a biological force that protects your eyes, regenerates your skin, and strengthens the lining of your organs, especially the gut. But here's the key. Your body can't absorb beta-carotene efficiently from raw carrots. It gets trapped in the tough plant fibers, but apply a little heat and those barriers break down. Suddenly the nutrients are accessible, bioavailable, and that means your cells can use them. So what happens when you eat cooked carrots 3 to 4 times a week? Your eyes thank you first. Vitamin A directly supports the retina, enhances night vision, and reduces your risk of age-related macular degeneration. That's the slow, silent condition that robs millions of wellness tips yet of their independence. And it starts long before symptoms show up. Cooked carrots feed the cells that keep your world sharp, your driving safe, and your reading enjoyable. And the benefits don't stop there. Your skin responds next because vitamin A and beta-carotene aren't just good for your eyes. They're foundational for skin health, They help regenerate new skin cells, support collagen production, and protect your outer layer from oxidative damage. Over time, cooked carrots help your skin become smoother, less prone to dryness, and more resilient to the elements. Not from the outside in, but from within. And if you've been spending money on lotions, serums, and creams, hoping to reverse aging, realize this: your skin is made from what you feed it. And carrots, quietly, powerfully, offer the nutrients that restore. Now let's talk about detoxification, a word that's been misused by marketers but remains a biological reality. Your liver is your detox center. Every hormone, every medication, every toxin your body encounters passes through that filter. And while trendy detox teas and cleanses make big promises, the truth is your liver doesn't need gimmicks. It needs support. Cooked carrots provide it in two powerful ways. First, their soluble fiber binds to waste in your digestive tract, helping it move out of the body instead of recirculating. Second, their antioxidants reduce the oxidative stress that burdens your liver, allowing it to function more efficiently. When your liver is supported, your digestion improves, your energy stabilizes, your skin clears, and even your mood lightens. Because yes, a sluggish liver makes you feel heavy mentally, not just physically. Here's where it gets even more powerful. When you cook your carrots with turmeric and a pinch of black pepper, you elevate this simple dish into a medicinal powerhouse. Turmeric contains curcumin, one of the most studied anti-inflammatory compounds in modern science. It supports joint health, calms the gut, improves brain function, and balances blood sugar. But curcumin is poorly absorbed unless it's paired with black pepper, which contains piperine, a compound that increases absorption by up to 2,000%. When combined with the beta-carotene in carrots and the natural sweetness of the vegetable itself, this trio becomes a deeply healing, deeply satisfying dish that works on multiple systems at once: inflammation, digestion, immunity, and nervous system calm. And here's something you won't hear from many nutritionists. This isn't just about the nutrients. It's about what happens to your cravings. Many wellness tips who eat cooked carrots regularly report something unexpected: fewer sugar cravings. Why? Because when your body is nourished at a deep level, it stops begging for quick fixes. Carrots, especially when roasted, have a natural sweetness that satisfies without spiking your blood sugar. Combine that with steady fiber and stable minerals, and you start feeling fuller, calmer, more balanced. Not because you're forcing discipline, but because your biology is finally in sync. So don't underestimate what a few carrots can do. Don't wait until your vision fades or your digestion stalls to pay attention. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be consistent. Steam a few carrots. Drizzle them with olive oil. Add turmeric, sea salt, and pepper. Roast them until golden. Serve them warm as a side dish or a base for your protein. Or blend into a soup with ginger and garlic for a gut-healing meal you can sip like medicine. You don't need to count grams. You don't need to track calories. Just eat what makes your body feel clearer, not heavier. Cooked carrots do that, quietly, effectively. And if you commit to them for even a few weeks, you'll start to notice something deeper than skin or vision. You'll feel cleaner inside, more grounded, more in control of your choices because your system isn't constantly inflamed or undernourished. Health isn't about chasing complexity. It's about mastering the basics. Cooked carrots are basic, but they're brilliant. And the longer you live, the more you realize that sometimes the most powerful medicine grows underground, costs pennies, and only needs a little heat to work wonders. We've journeyed together through this enlightening path, and now it's time to wrap up with a powerful truth. Living longer isn't about piling your plate higher. It's about eating with profound wisdom. The reality is stark. Some vegetables, masquerading as health heroes, can accelerate aging by inflaming your joints, throwing your hormones into chaos, or silently blocking the nutrients your body craves. Meanwhile, others work quietly in the background, keeping your mind razor-sharp, your spirit calm, and your body resilient well into your 70s and beyond. Forget the endless cycle of supplements. What you truly need is smarter choices, cleaner foods, and a crystal-clear understanding of what fuels your vitality. But here's the critical step. Before making any dietary changes, consult your doctor or a trusted nutritionist. Their personalized guidance ensures you're not just following advice, but tailoring it to your unique health needs for maximum impact. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about building a sustainable, vibrant future, one mindful bite at a time. Let's spread this positivity further. Share one healthy habit you practice. Maybe it's a morning walk or swapping soda for water. Then tell us about a positive habit from a friend or family member that inspires you, like their dedication to home-cooked meals or daily meditation. By sharing these stories in the comments, you'll ignite motivation in our community, showing everyone that small changes create ripple effects of wellness. Your action matters. Subscribe to the Wellness Tips channel, hit that like button, and share this video to empower others. Don't stop here. Dive into our other videos for more knowledge to fuel your health journey. The difference between merely surviving and truly thriving after 60 begins with the choices you make today. Start now, inspire others, and let's build a healthier, stronger community together.